YouTube. Alright, I'm gonna wait till I get some audience, which I know I'll get one in the next 2 minutes. So I'm gonna wait. Joseph be on here. And who else? My faithful subscribers. Anyways. Hey, Paula. Dorian, Joseph. Yep, as I thought. My faithful subscribers. I hope everybody had a good day. My day, I could say it was pretty, I don't know, it was pretty laid back, pretty slow. Just got through eating dinner at Golden Corral. I could have saved that little $12 because I really didn't eat that much. You know, I just nitpicked. You know, went to the salad bar, got me about, what, a cup of fruit, and nibbled on some chicken, a couple of broccoli spears. Then I sneaked something in my bag, which was 2 bags of cotton candy. I don't even eat cotton candy. I just got it just to get it. And a couple of ribs. I didn't eat it. You know, I just snuck it in the bag. You know, I said maybe I'll eat it later. But knowing me, I'll probably throw it away later on. So anyways, so I managed to get a couple of hours of blocks for Grubhub this week. I had checked today and they had a couple of blocks, but I only managed to get about 12 hours total with Grubhub. And so today I got a block from 1 to 3, well, 1 to 4. And I said I'm going to wait and see if I get a ping from the house before I go out and about. And I didn't get anything. Not one order came through Grubhub. But of course I expected that to happen because 1 o'clock, most of the time lunch is almost over. And 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock for sure, and I ain't going to get no orders. Because most people are, lunch break is over and they're either preparing to go home for the evening, so I didn't get any blocks in the evening time, so I just left that alone. And I'm driving down, you know, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I'm driving and I ain't getting no pings for Uber Eats. Now usually by the time I drive down 78 and make it, before I make it to my turn to the house, I'll usually get a request with Uber Eats. But you know what? I forgot. I can't get Uber Eats requests when I'm on YouTube live. It won't go. It will not ping. So I'm not gonna talk to y'all too long. Just to see what y'all up to. So Paula, what's going on with you? Did you find another position, or did you still stayed on with that other agency, or what happened? Whew, I'm burning up. I wonder if I'll get any pings. Let me see if Uber Eats is still on. Alright, I'm back. I had to check the Uber Eats. But anyways, man, I ain't been busy today. I didn't do anything yesterday because I realized, you know, 7 days a week and driving and all that stuff, even if it is picking up food, you you get burnt out real easily. And doing this as a full-time job or whatever, sometimes it could be a little bit too much, you know. I'm ready to go back to work. I'm ready to go back to a regular job. And you know, when I first started doing this, you know, at first it was kind of interesting, you know, but now not so much. It's kind of like when you're doing too much of one thing, after a while you kind of lose your motivation, or you lose the gusto. Look at all those damn cars in the yard. You know, after a while it gets kind of like, oh, it doesn't become interesting anymore. You know, it gets to a point where even though you have the flexibility to work and turn on the app when you want to, it gets to the point where you're like, is it even worth it anymore? I know it's a good way of coming in, getting income, but to be honest with you, this type of gig jobs is really for supplemental income and something to build upon a savings, or, you know, get some money to plan a trip. It's really not a, it's not really something you could do and say it's your own business. It's just not, you know. And the more and more I sit back and do all these gigs, it's more like it gets to a point where you have to put some effort in your own dreams and goals, your own business, you know. Like, just take for example notary. Now you could probably make $200, $300 a day or more during the week and invest in yourself in regards to training, learning, and just opportunities to grow. And then you still feel like you're working towards something. When you're doing these gig jobs, Grubhub, oh, I don't know what you mean by oh, Paula. I'm just giving an example. When you resort to these gig jobs, picking up food for Grubhub and Uber Eats and picking up people, doing driving Lyft or Instacart or whatever it is you're doing, I can't see what you're saying because I'm driving. I'm trying not to. Well, that's part of the job. That's part of the thing. You got to go into gated communities with codes. But I'm just saying, when you oops, I got a 6-minute request from who? All right, I'm back. I thought my Uber Eats wasn't working when I'm on YouTube, but I guess it does work. I got an order to pick up from Blitz Wings, which is up the street from the house. Cause I was like, well, god dang, what happened to the orders? I've driven all down 78 and didn't get a request, but I figured I'll get a request from this place all the time. Man, in fact, I could probably hang out at this wing place and pick up orders all night long if I wanted to, and know that I'll get an order. Pick, you know, go there, pick up some food, drop it off, go back to that same place, wait, drop it off, you know, all up until about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. And then they opened up later in the evening, they said, but I don't know if they open up at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Monday, but I know they probably open up late on the weekends, which I am not going to do. Nope, go any place at 3 o'clock in the morning delivering no wings to nobody's house at 2 in the morning. Now, unless it's, you know, up the street from the house or in the same subdivision, maybe I would, but I would have to be like planes up, can't sleep, and trying to do some kind of marathon of doing Uber Eats. Other than that, let me tell you, it gets real discouraging with these non-tipping ass people that they won't tip. You know, that's what's so bad about it. But someone made a video, Shelly Shell. I don't know if you're on here or not, but I looked at one of your videos and we talked about tipping, and I don't know why I should be shocked and surprised or upset about this tipping thing on this Uber app, because I knew it was going to be like that. I knew that, and it wasn't because Uber started the culture of not tipping. It don't have nothing to do with Uber about them not tipping, because if people wanted to tip you, they would tip you in cash, even if it's like $2 or $3. People would tip. So I don't think you have to put something on an app to get people to tip, because now that the Uber app has a tip option on here, you see how you're not really getting a whole lot of money in tips, especially for Uber Eats. Now, driving, I knew that was going to be a problem. Picking up people, I knew that was going to be an issue, because most of the time people are going, you know, when they get out that car, they going to work, they going home, they going to wherever event they going to. They're not trying to think about, oh, let me go ahead and tip you. They're not thinking about that. It's not even crossed their mind about tipping, other than the fact that they already got their Uber ride. You drop them off at their location, they get out the car, and that's it. They are not looking at that app. They are not checking that app and seeing, oh, let's go ahead and give them a tip. No, they're not even thinking about that. You know, they're not. That's why, unless you are in their face telling them, you know, we don't get paid anything, I appreciate a tip, then some people will tip. But I feel like it's a waste of breath with black folks and Indian and Asians and millennials. It's a waste of breath about telling them about we appreciate a tip, you know. So at this point, my whole thing about Uber and tipping and sending in messages after the end, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do it anymore with the messages, but I'm not going to put all my energy with Uber Eats, because until people start saying, holding back, or they're not doing Uber Eats as much, and say people start doing the other apps and companies like Grubhub and DoorDash, Postmates, and more customers use those 3 platforms, then Uber is going to have to change too. Because right now they got there are more people on the Uber platform doing Uber and Uber Eats than say Lyft. Yeah, some people do both. They do Lyft and Uber at the same time. But let's be honest, if Uber had tips from the very beginning along with Lyft, most people wouldn't be doing those 2 platforms. They wouldn't even sign up for both Lyft and Uber. They wouldn't. Because your rate of return will be greater with Uber versus Lyft. Lyft, even Atlanta, look at Atlanta. As big as Atlanta is, and Atlanta is one of these major markets in regards to Lyft and all these food apps and stuff, because of the way how the city is and the market. Most people wouldn't even care about doing a dual platform, trying to sign up and do two. You know, they wouldn't. So the thing is that people only signed up for Lyft and Uber. This better not be my order with 3 big old plates of food and two small little containers. Hey Shelly Shell, I just got through looking at your video. And girl, how you gonna sit here and say you ain't knew nobody who did taxes on YouTube? I made videos about my tax business and my tax consultation service. Now I know I may not made a whole lot of those videos, but I know I made some videos about my service. So I saw your other video and you was talking about, I didn't see nobody doing taxes on YouTube. I was like, what? I know she ain't even say she ain't seen no video. My name even got tax. My name even has part of it that I'm a tax consultant and I have a tax business. But that's all right, Shelly. Okay, not at that time. All right, I forgive you. I forgive you. But if you ever need my help, let me know, because I'm not trying to just, take business away from other people, or, y'all have a choice of whom y'all wish to do business with. But, I'll give you the inside scoop, because I worked at the IRS for over 10 years. So, and even if you go back, when I started in 96, I actually have over 20-something years experience in working with the IRS. So, but anyways, that's a whole new video altogether. And don't believe people who said they didn't pay no taxes or they didn't owe anything, because let me tell you, you have to ask questions. Like when someone tells you, oh, I did my taxes, I didn't have to pay anything last year, and they said they did this ride sharing gigs. One, you have to ask, how long have you been doing it? 2, do you have another job? And if they have a regular W-2 job and they did these gig jobs, yeah, they may not owe, because they probably had taxes from their job offsetting the balance that they owe, or they didn't do it long enough. So most people I've spoke to, especially on YouTube, because I've been doing it for about a year. You see, has it been a year? Yep, it's been about a year. And last year I didn't do that much. I didn't make way much more money than I would say. Why are people looking all mad at the wing place? Everybody walk off. That's the second person that walked away from the Wits place. Who's supposed to ring up this food that I'm supposed to be picking up? Let me go and see if this food is ready. I'll talk to you. I'll be back with y'all in a minute. Burning up. Alright, where'd my audience go? Where y'all went? Okay, I see 2 faithful people stayed. Alright, I'm on my way to deliver food. It says 16 minutes. Now let me tell y'all about this thing with Uber Eats. Because I know Shelly Shell, you mentioned it in one of your videos about capturing the screen for information. But what you should do is switch the navigation and use Waze or Google Maps or something that actually shows you the mileage of that trip. So if you change it to Google or the Waze navigation and not use the Uber Eats navigation, you can actually see how many miles you're going and how long it's going to take you. Because don't go by that. Don't go by that, because it says 16 minutes. Half the time it's not really 16 minutes. And to get an accurate route, I would switch over to Waze, because one, when you use the Waze, it'll keep track of that address where you dropped off the food, and you can always go back. Shoot, I didn't use my Stride. Okay, I'm gonna turn on my Stride. I keep track of my mileage on Stride. I'll talk to you about that in another video. And they got some good information on that Stride too. So yeah, so I look at that because I know for a fact that it tells you 15, 16 miles, but it doesn't tell you how many miles you're driving. But if you switch it over to Waze or Google Map, then it will tell you exactly how many miles you're traveling. And then you can track how much money you're gonna get. So let me go ahead and switch back over to this navigation system, because I know I'm heading the right way, but let me make sure I switch over. Alright, I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. I'm so sick. I know I shouldn't be eating at no damn buffets. Now my stomach hurts. You know, Golden Corral, let me tell you. Sometimes you go to some places, you gotta look and make sure about some of the stuff they put out there. And I didn't even overeat. Yeah, I really didn't. When I get home, I'm gonna drink me a lot of water. At least I would try to drink a lot of water. Get all that sodium and all that, you know, salt and sugar out of my system. Okay. This might, I don't know. I doubt this is 14 minutes. Can't be. 14, 15, 16 minutes is like me going to Decatur. It's like 10 miles for me to, if it's 15, 16 miles, you know? I don't know where this Uber get this, you know, 16 minutes away from. Because I know I can go from here to almost Decatur in 16 minutes. So, who knows? Oh gosh. Y'all not saying nothing. See, this is what I was expecting yesterday when I was sitting outside of my front porch waiting for the eclipse to happen. It didn't even get dark where I was at. Some people said that they saw it where they were at, but where I was in Stone Mountain, it was no dang full eclipse. I must have missed it, or I must have been upstairs or something, because I didn't see anything. I mean, I saw a little sky that was kind of looked like it was almost dark, but it wasn't what I expected. That's not, at least not where I was at. And then I heard people say that if they was near the airport, going towards the airport, that it got dark. So I don't know. I guess I should have known. I should have known. But I wasn't going to go all the way out there like that, you know. I would have been like, ooh, wow, looky, look. And that's it. What would that have done? Nothing. Not a damn thing. So at least whatever I saw whatever it's supposed to do. Wherever you were at and whatever it's supposed to do, I guess that's what it was supposed to do at the time. Alright, let me go back, because I know I turned on this street. So let me see where I'm at. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Now it's gonna be bad connection because I'm like all up in the dang suburbs or country, Snellville. You know, so I may not always get that good reception, especially along these back roads. I don't want to say back roads, but a lot of these areas, particularly when I'm in Snellville and you know, the suburbs, a lot of these places don't have that great of a connection, because most of the time you're driving along a two-way street, narrow roads with a lot of trees, so you're not always gonna get that great reception, especially when you're in the suburbs. But I don't mind, you know, I don't mind going to the suburbs to deliver food, because to me, I don't have to run to certain places to make good money, you know, especially in Atlanta. I can only say about Atlanta. You know, I don't need to go to, you know, Sandy Springs and be all up in the traffic and dealing with parking situations and you know, there are just as many restaurants and just as many people who order food in the suburbs, more so than in town in Atlanta. And let me tell you about that stupid boost. Man, let me tell you, the boost don't mean squat. Because the boost is only like 24 cents, 34 cents. That's it. It ain't no boost. It ain't like you're getting an extra $2, you know. 1.1 to 1.4 for Uber Eats. You know, that's what it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be 2.0, 3.0. It's never gonna be 3 times that amount. And I could assure you, if it ever gets to that point where 3.0, it has to be something real major for that to happen. But all these surges and boosts, it's done with. It's over. It ain't something you're gonna ever see again. You know? And to be honest with you, when Uber puts it out there, say for instance, oh, like that tip matching thing last week, man, that was a joke. They offer a tip matching thing, and they always do it like on a Tuesday, because number one, they know that Tuesday or Wednesday, when they make an announcement about, you know, we're gonna match the tips, because they know that a lot of people take off. A lot of people take off. They may take a break, you know, because most of the time, if you're gonna do a tip match, why you don't tip match it on a time when it's busy? Why you don't do it on Tuesday, you know, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays? Why you gonna do it on a Tuesday? Because they know the demand is not great. They're not gonna, you know, they're not gonna pay anybody no tip matching, because most people are not even gonna use the service to a point where Uber's gonna have to give out and pay out more money. They got all that figured out in their algorithms. They got data. They know the slowest time in the week is probably a Tuesday. Monday is because people go to the airport, you know. They leaving out on trips on Monday morning if you're doing regular Uber. But then on, you know, and for Uber Eats, same thing. That's the slowest time that people's gonna order food or take lunch, you know, order lunch. You know, It's just the way it is. Most people's going to either do it during the end of the week. They're going to order food, and